Russian ammunition trucks are rolling toward the front line, carrying shells desperately needed to break through Ukrainian defenses. Then one HIMARS missile changes everything. Millions of dollars explode and scatter. Russian offensive plans in Donbass are suddenly on hold. Supply chains are disrupted. HIMARS has done its job perfectly. Russian generals give the order to locate and destroy this HIMARS system. A reconnaissance team moves into the target area at 14:30 on July 12, 2024. Operators set up mobile tracking equipment and prepare an Orlan 10 drone for surveillance. The Orlan takes off. The HIMARS hunting operation begins. After long hours of flight, the Russians finally spot the target and send coordinates to their artillery command. This missile system moves into position for launch. Meanwhile, the HIMARS continues its hunt, with two key targets in line. Two of Russia's most accurate artillery systems take their positions and open fire, preventing Ukrainians from starting their assault. Ukrainian forces fall back from the intense shelling, using exact coordinates from reconnaissance. HIMARS fires two missiles at 15:45. Impact. Just look at how precisely each missile hits its target. This anti-aircraft missile system poses a major threat to Ukrainian aircraft. The HIMARS has been tasked with clearing the skies. The first missile destroys the radar antenna. The second hits the launch system with pinpoint accuracy. With the threat eliminated, Ukrainian fighter jets push into enemy airspace and take out a strategically crucial weapons depot. Mission accomplished. The coordination between air support and HIMARS was absolutely flawless. Here's the last target for HIMARS today. The BM-21 Grad system opens fire at 16:20. Unleashing its full load to prevent a Ukrainian counterattack. HIMARS immediately unleashes its response. Gone. The artillery threat is eliminated. Ukrainian soldiers can continue their assault. HIMARS did excellent work, firing all 6 missiles. Now it's returning to a secure location for reloading, so the crew can rest. But Russian intelligence had been tracking HIMARS movements and relaying coordinates to headquarters. The HIMARS crew leaves their vehicle to rest while waiting for ammunition. Meanwhile, the Russians give the order to launch a missile at the target. The launch is made from over 300 kilometers away at 17:05. 20 minutes later, the missile reaches its target. Here, you can see the first successful hit on a HIMARS in this war. This reconnaissance operation shows the need to stay ahead of the enemy. Still, this HIMARS caused far more damage to Russian forces than they gained by destroying it. This HIMARS won't be going on another mission. Luckily, the crew was outside the impact zone and survived. High mobility artillery rocket system. HIMARS has become one of the most significant game changers for Ukraine since receiving these systems from the United States. Ukraine has inflicted severe damage on the Russian military, destroying command centers, ammunition depots, railway infrastructure, and bridges. This has heavily disrupted Russian supply chains. Russian generals have set a difficult objective: locate and eliminate all HIMARS systems. Meanwhile, Russia is burning through billions, losing rare equipment that's hard to replace. Just look at how this powerful artillery unit destroys Ukrainian trenches. Surviving hits like that requires pure luck. After completing its mission, the artillery system moves to a concealed position. But Ukrainian intelligence tracks its coordinates and sends them to a HIMARS unit at 11:30 on August 4, 2024. $2 million explode and burn up in minutes. This unique Russian surface-to-air missile system detected a Ukrainian drone and destroyed it with a precise shot. In the latest footage before destruction, The exact location was visible due to disturbed ground from vehicle tracks. The HIMARS operators decided to strike that spot. The missile landed right next to the unit, hitting its ammunition with fragmentation. The system worth $7 million along with its trained crew burned to the ground. This is Russia's most popular rocket system. After attacking, it quickly retreats. This vehicle is very mobile, and within minutes it disappears into the tree line. But the reconnaissance team and HIMARS work wonders together. Strike. With precise coordination, HIMARS tears the system to pieces. This system is called Smerch, and it's leveling a Ukrainian city that blocked Russian forces. A devastating sight as homes were reduced to rubble. After exhausting its rockets, the Smerch moves to reload. But reconnaissance quickly passes its coordinates to HIMARS. With 2 pinpoint strikes, this deadly machine is eliminated. This Russian advanced system controls airspace in the Pokrovsk direction. Its task is preventing Ukrainian helicopters and drones from entering the area. It greatly frustrates Ukrainian scouts, who remain blind and unable to observe the battlefield. This was the 6th drone shot down in a day. Fortunately, it managed to detect the system location before being destroyed. The location was passed to HIMARS, and 2 missiles were launched at 13:15 on September 10, 2024. However, Ukrainians did not notice this surface-to-air missile system designed to protect troops from air attacks. The operator detects 2 fast-flying HIMARS rockets and manages to launch a surface-to-air missile. Destroyed 1 target. Meanwhile, the second HIMARS rocket continues its flight and hits its target perfectly. A unique system that had blinded Ukrainians by destroying their drones repeatedly. The threat is gone. Ukrainian scouts can finally launch a drone safely. Realizing their cover is compromised, the Russians try to hide this system in the tree line. After a day, Ukrainians located it and sent coordinates to HIMARS units. The HIMARS does its job perfectly, destroying this unique system that cost $25 million. So what can Russia bring against HIMARS? Russia has many rocket systems. The most mobile is the BM-21 Grad. This system has 40 rockets that are 122 millimeters and can fire them in 20 seconds to hit targets up to 10 kilometers away. It's extremely deadly for infantry. However, the system has a downside. It strikes a large area, making precise hits difficult. The main idea is to blanket the enemy with fire. There is also the Smerch system. It is less mobile and can fire 12 solid fuel 300mm rockets reaching distances up to 50 kilometers. Smerch is far deadlier than Grad. Despite their power, Russian systems are highly inaccurate. They scatter strikes over wide areas rather than eliminating targets with single hits. This is where HIMARS shines. It would take about 20 Smerch rockets to destroy 1 target. On Ukraine's battlefields, you can see numerous craters left by Russian systems. In contrast, HIMARS destroys targets with high precision while preserving Ukrainian land. Russians are also using inhumane weaponry. This refers to the most powerful rocket system in their arsenal. Once caught in its strike zone, survival is impossible. Its munitions burn up all oxygen and create a shock wave that causes internal organs to rupture. The horror of this weapon is accompanied by its lack of accuracy. The TOS rocket complex was not designed for precision, but to blanket entire areas. The system can launch 24 rockets with 220mm caliber, covering an area of 10 acres. Fortunately, their range is limited to 4 kilometers. After this attack, the TOS-1 quickly tries to escape from a retaliatory strike. But as it says in the Bible, for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. The HIMARS, acting as that sword, sends this Russian machine to hell. Explosion. Just look at the shockwave. This is the most powerful explosion from a system worth $5 million. Russian command is doing everything to locate HIMARS using satellites and drones. In their attempts, Russia has wasted hundreds of precision missiles on decoy targets. This tactic works effectively. A $10,000 decoy managed to draw out a $3 million ballistic missile. Not a bad trade. Ukrainians set up production of various models that match the original HIMARS in size. They equip these decoys with devices that generate heat signatures, just like the real systems. This is how Russian forces continue burning through resources while Ukrainian HIMARS remain operational. While Russia relies on brute force with a powerful but less precise arsenal, each HIMARS strike isn't just damage to Russian forces. It's a clear demonstration of American military superiority. The precision and effectiveness of HIMARS have fundamentally changed artillery warfare. Ukrainian crews have mastered these systems, turning them into surgical instruments that eliminate specific threats rather than carpet bombing entire areas like Russian systems do. Every successful HIMARS mission saves Ukrainian lives and preserves infrastructure.
Квадрат 33-27.
Принял! Расчет, готовность номер 1 к бою!
It demonstrates that quality defeats quantity, that technology overcomes raw firepower. Russian generals watch helplessly as billions in equipment burn. Their soldiers flee. Their supply chains collapse. All because of one American rocket system in Ukrainian hands.